Welcome to episode 471 of Fourth and Jawn. I am Gail Saunders here with Primo, aka Prime, aka Lucky, aka Luciano, and Tim Kincaid in the building. Obviously, for us, this moment it's been building for a long time. It's not this just didn't start like this week. This started like months ago. If you guys follow the podcast, you know this is something. The Super Bowl run is something we've been talking about. It's nothing we have shied away from. As a diehard, sometimes you're like, am I getting in my Homer feels about this team? But we knew what they were on paper, on the field. They've come together. They've come together. They've had some rocky roads, but at the end of the day, we dreamed of them hosting a NFC title game. We got that. Here we are, and it's kind of surreal. And I know a lot of Eagle fans. We talked to a lot of Eagle fans. The vibe, it's like I can't sleep. I'm waking up, and it's not because you're nervous. It's you're anxious. You just want this game to happen like today, even though it's tomorrow. You want the game to happen today. So I think the energy is very high in the city. For all you out-of-towners that are coming into the city, you're gonna feel it as soon as you touch down at the airport. It's been building for weeks. Obviously, we were on Fox 29. Started off with their pep rally early yesterday. So I'm gonna be honest, we haven't slept here. We've been tailgate prepping. There's a lot of great things that are gonna happen at tailgate. We'll get into that in a little bit, but it's just gonna be a great overall vibe. And I think I'm excited, man. I woke up. This is the first time. I think it's the first podcast I've done in a long time with coffee. So we rolled right out of bed and we said, "Let's go. Let's get the vibes going. Let's see how everyone's feeling." That's why I got to pass it off to the vibes coordinator, Prime. I mean, how are you feeling today, man? It's one day away from the NFC Championship game.
Oh, bro. It's like you said, man. It's hard to sleep, especially with all the adrenaline running through my body. I probably kept on getting up every hour besides my two kids. But just thinking about Eagles football and this game tomorrow, man. It stems back to the first game of the season against them. Them visiting us here at the Link. The way they felt like they were going to come and take over, and they really had like this ambitious attitude, like they were the better team. We ended up winning that battle. It wasn't the prettiest, but it was a battle that we ended up winning. Then it goes back to the second. Then it goes down to the second game that we ended up going to Washington. That was a battle that we were looking forward to. We took the ride. It was just like a last minute decision. We were like, "Hey, let's get in the ride. Let's get in the car. Let's go." And we went. And that thing was going to be a massacre battle because that's how I looked at it. That's how it started off, 21-0. Then, our leader goes down, man. It was a whole totally different game, and you try to keep the confidence going throughout that whole game, and we were, the shit talking was still there coming out of me, and I was holding it down, but we fell short. So that was the battle that they won, and that battle they really took it as like their Super Bowl. So the way we pretty much got dismissed out of that stadium that day still sits with me. And that's why tomorrow is so much meaning to it. So much. Super Bowl, the revenge, to show them, they aren't that team they think they are. They're having a good run. I know in the beginning of the season I really didn't have no faith in Dan Quinn. But hey, look, man, he put these boys together and he's got a young team there. But all that shit comes to an end tomorrow, bro. I'm so amped up watching all the memes, watching all the interviews, watching all other podcasters out there talking about the anticipation for this game. And then yesterday the hype video from Brian Dawkins, bro. I mean, I posted it like I need a wall to run through right now. That's how amped up I am. So I don't know, bro. I don't even know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. Like you said, we're getting prepped for this tailgate. We're getting ready. I'm just ready to go, and Tim, I know you ain't really big with me running my mouth, so this is one that I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now. I'm
No.
going. I'm going all out. The it's the win it all. It's the win it all game, bro. At home. So the bullhorn is right here on the side of the cooler, ready to go, and that thing is going to get put into effect the most from tomorrow.
Mm, mm.
Um, you know what though? I'm right there with you. Go ahead and talk your shit. It does. I mean, at this point right now, what else can happen besides our Eagles going to go in advance to the Super Bowl, right? But I don't want to overlook the competition. And I love how you talk but I'm there with you. I'm there with you, brother. I'm there with you. So shout out to you. Yes, it's 7:30 in the morning for your boy Tim, Desert Tim. And yes, I am pumped, yo. And I'm so pumped, bro, to the point like all week I'm at work and my boss keeps on talking to me. And my boss, my director, they're both Eagle fans. My work colleague, she doesn't know anything about football, but she loves the Eagle fans, and she bought an Eagles pin yesterday for me and herself. She's like, "I'm gonna put this in my backpack, and this is good luck for you and I." And I was like, "Yo, I got people at my job that got my back." You know what I'm saying? So I am pumped, bro. Like, and yo, you Primo, when you said the hype, when you seen the hype video, how can you not run through a wall for Brian Dawkins? Like, come on, are you serious, bro?
Hallelujah.
Oh my god, bro! When I seen that, I was, and you get that text, that the notification from the Eagles, and it was like, and I seen Brian Dawkins. I said, oh, y'all know y'all effed up now, right? Y'all know y'all effed up now. So I'm excited, bro. I'm hyped. I already got the plans to go to the bar. I've been going to the bar for the last 2 weeks, and it's been amazing. There's a lot of Eagle fans in Arizona, and we've been doing this whole thing, and we've been keeping this whole thing kind of packed. And we're gonna keep it the same week. Keep it the same. We're gonna keep it the same week after week after week. So, bro, 7:30 in the morning. I'm over here pumped, drinking my Eagles coffee out of my Eagles mug. I'm ready to go. I don't know about y'all, bro. I'm ready to
Right.
go.
I mean, if you're like Mr. Cross, he's ready to blow the whistle. Now
Hey.
at the tailgate, it should be the vibes are going to start early. Now, like if some of you guys that go to the tailgate, Eagles Unscripted reached out to us. If you guys have seen the series on YouTube, they're coming to the tailgate at 10 o'clock to get some chants. So if you really want to get in the vibes and just be part of what we're doing early, 10 o'clock be crazy. Also, Noggin Boss will be joining us. Now, if you don't know, if you're singing this, if you're seeing the blow the whistle, singing the song, dancing along with Gilly, that's the hat that he wears. We're gonna be giving away 60 of those hats at the tailgate. We have Jennifer Slay, who's also coming to tailgate. She's bringing a signed Slay jersey and a signed mini helmet for that as well. Shout out to Wheelhouse Cards. They're going to be bringing some cards. They're going to be bringing some giveaways and some artwork from Foster Art. Let's see. We got Evan Hollywood Hearn. You know the cheesesteaks. Everyone loves to have the cheesesteaks. He's working today, so we're giving him some love right now. Hopefully, you have a blessed day. But the tailgate should be crazy. It should be crazy. It's probably going to be the biggest one of the year. So if you haven't been to a tailgate all season, this is probably the tailgate to come to. I don't know how we're going to do it, but they say surround yourself with good people and good things happen. DJ Lowski will be there early in the morning. We're in lot G2, so do not get lost. We're in lot G2. We're right in the corner, the left corner, closest to Xfinity. But it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense, and I'm gonna say, there's been a lot of texts. Everyone's like still trying to get tickets. If you don't have your ticket, I don't think the prices are going down. I'm just saying, if you got a guy, but if you need to get your tickets, get your tickets. It's one of those games where you just got to be there. I remember I had a standing room ticket for the NFC Championship game for the Vikings. Took an elbow to the back of the head. I will never do standing room. on an NFC Championship game. But again, that's the energy that's going around. A lot of people are contacting me like, get down to the game anyway, any shape, any form. Just be in the city. It's going to be electric. Talking about electric, people talked about the photo. I was telling Prime that pre-show that this photo reminds me of the Ivan Drago, Rocky, like I will break you. Because the way that they have built up Jaden Daniels, I'm not gonna say he's Drago. I'm not gonna and some people have come up to tailgate. What is this, fourth and Jaden? I've given his flowers and his props, and I think he's had a tremendous year for a rookie. He's done great things. I think a lot of what the Commanders have done have been great things, changing their ownership, changing their coaches, changing their quarterbacks, bringing in new juice. It's all shown, and I'm sorry to see that they're finally getting things together. But I think the Eagles, man, I think it's come to a point where the Eagles have been talked about so badly in the media, like the Eagles haven't done anything all year, and that the fact that their quarterback was out during that game, that we stood and sat in the 20-degree weather, it could have been a different story. But all that talk ends. It ends today. I mean, tomorrow, because it has to be played on the field. I mean, if we're going to be honest, I'm going to talk to you guys. Biggest concerns right now, I know I'll let you guys go with it, but biggest concerns right now about the Eagles going into this matchup.
Again, yesterday I probably spent after our Fox 29 segment, I came home and just started sitting down and looking at other platforms that were talking about this game leading up to this game. There were like two that stood out to me. Shout out to Barry Brooks. He flipped out yesterday because of what the defensive coordinator for the Commanders came out and said how they're going to go ahead and treat Jalen Hurts as a running back. If they decide to go ahead and use him in that scheme, he's going to get hit like one. Pretty much putting a target on him. And that right there just like set the tone, not just for Barrett Brooks, not for a lot of these fans, but definitely for me. Like, I was ready not just to go through a wall, I was ready to punch one of my walls. Like, that's how mad I got. So, what I mean? I'm pacing. Autumn's like, babe, what's wrong? I'm like, yo, this dude got me mad, man. Like, he can't be talking slick like that. So it just made me even more amped up to just come across any Commanders fan. That one, and then big shout out to Jason Ashworth, man. He reported out, or like he pretty much explained what a true fan was really truly feeling, especially about this game. So it hit because I know you started off like there's no nerves, you're not scared and this and that. And I'm gonna be one to tell you is like we've all played sports. You played football, I've played baseball, Tim's played basketball. And not the nerves is always before a game, butterflies in your stomach, because you want to make sure that you're gonna go in there and play that game the correct way. Scared? Hell no. I told y'all week in, week out, I'm not scared of nobody in this league. We only got two more teams to worry about. Tomorrow, the Commanders, and then whoever's going to win that Buffalo, Kansas City game. Those are the only ones. And then the three that are remaining, I'm not scared at all. They are all beatable. So with that being said, I'm good, man. I'm not worried about nothing. If there's anything that I'm concerned about, it's how we go in there and how we play this game. You said it yourself. We can't sleep on these boys, and nobody should be going in there with that. But it's the outcome that how we play the game, making sure that we make the right plays, making sure we do the game plan the correct way. We practice all week, stick to the game plan, protect each other, protect Jalen. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see that outcome is going to be better. Saquon Barkley, you know what he's capable of doing. Open up those holes for him, and that boy's going to go ahead and wild out. I know it's still early in the show, but when we get to that part where who our offensive MVP is going to be and what stats, I got one. I got one in the chamber because I'm really seeing Saquon ball out tomorrow. So yeah, bro, that's my only concern is just how we go in there and we play that game. Other than that, I'm not worried about nothing else.
I will say my concern is really on the offensive side when it comes to um, play calling. Um, and I'm a little worrisome about Cam Jurgens when it comes to the back injury. He's going to be crouched over the entire game. The cadence, the snap, the snapping the ball, that's very, very important. Very, very important and valuable to the game because you got to protect the ball. And I believe this game is going to be about who turned over the ball, and whoever turns over the ball, they make the points out of the turnovers. Um, with that being said, though, another concern is Jalen's health. Um, if Jalen can get over at least 30 yards and can stay safe, we win this game easily. Easily, we win this game. And I say that because the running game is very imperative to the passing game. I think with everything's going to open up once we have to, we run the RPOs, and Jalen's going to be able to put the ball in Saquon's belly, and he can be able to fool the defense to take it out of his belly, and he can shoot one off of 40 yards or 50 yards or whatever. As long as he's getting the first down, we're getting positive yardage. And another thing is the most important thing is special teams. We're going to have to make sure all hands on a deck approach when it comes to special teams. No mistakes. Kicking, Jake, making sure our points are being counted, making sure that we don't leave nothing on the field. We can't go there empty-handed when we're on the offensive side of the ball and not cashing in for points. Anything counts. 3, 1, 6, it all counts. We got to get points on the board. That's my concerns.
Now, my biggest concern, obviously, people in the chat have mentioned the health of some of our players. Cam Jurgens, the last time he went out, that was like week 4, and Dickerson had to give him some burn. I think he had some cramps and stuff. But I mean, the fact losing your center, I'm not saying he's not playing. He's questionable right now. I do believe that he is playing. I think they were resting him for a reason. I think he is. I think he is playing. But I'm saying to have a contingency plan in Dickerson, obviously, snaps are a thing. You got to get your snaps right, and it might take some time in an NFL title game. It's not the time where we can take a series or 2 series to get it together. It has to be right from the jump. Jalen Hurts, the mobility, where is he at with that? I think everyone's going to be shot up with a little something. I think Quinyon Mitchell and his shoulder. I think people are talking about where is he at with the shoulder, but he made it sound like he's good to go. And again, I'm just like, thinking about our special teams in that last game against the Commanders. How many times do we allow their kick return game to get substantial yards? It was almost like they were at 50-yard line half the time. I think that'll be cleaned up. I think it was you can't go back to the last game and the first game. The first game that we played the Commanders, Jaden Daniels was injured. He had a rib injury. So I mean, this is like the third matchup. Playing a team 3 times in 1 year is kind of crazy because you're like trying to all right, what did we do last time that we can't go out and run out this week? Because you have to come with new shit because obviously everyone watches film. So I mean, where do you guys feel? I mean, where do you guys feel like Jalen is at? You think he's about 75, 80, or 60% of where he's at?
I can't throw a percentage on top of it, man. I just know that I know he's ready to go. I mean, again, seeing some of the notes, seeing some of the comments, seeing some of the videos about how practice has been going this week, how he's feeling mentally, physically. This is do or die tomorrow. So I know he's going to give it all, bro. So even if there is a low percentage, he's not going to go in there playing with that low percentage. He's going to go in there and give it his all. You question on this is your. I'm sorry. You make the statement that this is our third time playing against them, bro. The first 2 games that we played against them, we had them beat. I know we slightly beat them, and I still feel like it could have been a 28-9 game, that first game, because that last touchdown that they ended up scoring was a bullshit touchdown. It was didn't make no sense type touchdown. Then that second game, we were killing them. It was, again, I keep on reiterating, it was going to be the massacre part 2. So the game plan against these boys, they're gonna come with a little bit more. They're gonna come with a little bit more. I know a lot of people are saying this is gonna be a close game, and I'm not. I feel like it might be a 10-point deficit, but yesterday people, some people that are getting paid to make those predictions out there came up with some serious scores yesterday, and it really got me amped up, knowing that this is going to be hearing that it's going to be a blowout. So their game plan going into tomorrow's game, to answer your question, even though we played them twice already, this being the third matchup, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. You're going to put the game plan that they had game 1, game 2, and a little bit of more. They're going to spark, throw a little bit of sazon on top of that, and they're going to go all off. They're going to go off, bro. They're going to go off on that third game. So I'm good, man. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about what they coming to the table with. They're going to be fine.
I think for the most part, man, is when you're playing somebody the third time, your opponent, right? But you got to come with the pieces to play chess. You know what I mean? And what I mean is you got to throw some wrinkles in there. You know what I mean? You got to throw some wrinkles in there. You know each other, and I think for the most part though is this defense. This defense knows Jaden Daniels now. They know Jaden Daniels is somebody that he's a quarterback that can pass, but also likes to run. They run a lot of QB draws. And so once you realize you make him, and he doesn't slide as much. I don't know if you guys caught that. He doesn't slide a lot. You make him pay for one of them not sliding. Not one of them times that he doesn't slide. And that's for the defensive coordinator saying where he said, "Come on, man, like you just pulling up bulletin board material. Like, haven't you learned? Haven't you learned? You can't come into Philadelphia with that." Because not only are the players, not only are the defense, the offense, the special teams, us, the fans, we're going to be loud in that Jawn. We're gonna make it painful for you to come back to Philadelphia.
So does that mean you're flying up for this game? You
Said
you be loud. And stuff. Come on,
listen,
come on, man. Come on, man.
Listen.
There's still opportunity anyway.
Listen,
but I'm the thing with Jaden Daniels and I really feel like it's really the Fangio versus Jaden Daniels, the Fangio mindset and how he really tries to attack Jaden. We know, it's if you look at the last game, he how they mix up their coverages. That's the beauty of the Fangio defense and the fact that he can make it look like something and then change at the last minute. And then I one of those picks that he threw. He had two interceptions the last time we played, and that's like if you can make him think something, and we get a slightly not accurate football, and he just that's the way that you can defend him. I think he's done a great job with these QB runs. He's averaging like six yards a carry. I think anytime you can get him to get the ball out of his hands on a run, we know they got a ground and pound style. They got Robinson down there. We love him. I mean, from our Senior Bowl days, but they have not put up a ton of yards rushing against the Eagles in the last 2 games. The Eagles have done a great job of shutting down their run game. Eckler in space, Austin Eckler. I love his game. I think if you're talking about Warren Burks in space, if they can get him out there, that could be a problem. Obviously, we all know Scary Terry. Scary Terry he's legit, a guy that can do some great things. I think if Scary Terry does not have, if he has an average day, then the Eagles win. If he has a monster game, that's not a good sign. You know,
Right.
That's not a good sign. I mean,
I think if you look at it though, that game one, we contained their offense, and the only person that was beating us was Eckler. He kept on doing them little dump offs. He was the only one that was killing us. The second game, it was like the unsung hero, or the former Eagles. Like I think it was Zach Ertz and Zacchaeus was killing us. I think that we need to do a better job in coverage, passing off players on the defensive side, and not doing one of these. Man, that's Zacchaeus. Like, bro, Zacchaeus can ball. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take this. The defense has to take the Washington Commanders serious. Yeah. Like, this is no game. You know what I mean?
On one of that big plays against the Commanders, the last time they played them, there was like 12 men on the field. Slade tried to get off the field, and there was some miscommunication, and it turned into a huge play for them. You talk about those little things that can they clean up. That's like that right there. That was a mental mistake that turned into a touchdown. It wasn't like a, but again, those are kind of little things that I'm looking at. And again, we're not starting starting off the podcast being negative, or it's a positive podcast here, but these are the realities. They have to clean up some of the stuff. I know Kai asked, he says Payne still hasn't practiced, has he? Deron Payne is the dog. He has not practiced this whole week. I know Bobby Wagner is dealing with a high ankle sprain. Those are two phenomenal players for them. I think Jonathan Allen's back now.
Jonathan Allen is back.
He didn't play the last time the Eagles played. I think he's a dog as well. And they got some pieces on the back end. I mean, Chin is we've been dying to get a Chin on the Eagles for years. He's a physical freak out there. But I do think, man, I know Prime, you talked about it earlier. Just like the Eagles got to just keep it simple. Like the slants, the crossers, all should be there. They don't have to
mesh concepts.
It all should be there. But you know what should be there? These Saquon runs should be outside zone. Get on the perimeter. That's where the Eagles can attack.
And they're capable of doing it, man. I mean, like, again, you go back to the two games. He's had some breakout runs. That second game, the game plan had changed when Jalen went down. They stacked the line. I've seen some of these comments. It doesn't look like it's an actual Eagles fan. It looks like it's an outsider, commented in. And we welcome everybody and anybody. So, just making it clear.
Thank you for the views.
And appreciate the hate. But hey, listen, you're right. If that line does get stacked, it definitely changes the game plan. And then Jalen's got to go out there and beat him. We have the weapons to do it. So, but I'm not. That's not in the forecast, man. That's not in the forecast for tomorrow. These guys are going to get beat all around that field. Whether if it's the run, whether if it's the pass. Again, Jalen is souped up about this game. I'm ready to see this game. We're all ready to see this game. I want to mention, Dan Quinn. I've never really been a Dan Quinn fan, ever since his Cowboy days. I always felt that he was a dirty mofo when it came to his defensive scheme. And, I go back to that game last year where Dallas Goedert got hurt, and he was the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. And, the defender ended up hyperextending his arm after a play.
Right.
Those are the dirty things that we got to see. I know me and Gail were at the game. Seeing the hit from the stands was totally different than what you viewers were seeing at home. It didn't seem that serious, but then when you go back and you watch that video, you see the slight dirtiness, how they led with the helmet and stuff like that. It was a bang play. I get it, but still, Lavu, I'm talking especially about you, bro. I don't like you. I feel like you're a dirty ass dude, man. You really are. And you're one person that I know is going to put it all out on the field, whether if it's clean, whether if it's dirty tomorrow. So I'm hoping the boys are ready for that because I see it coming, and I'm talking about going back to the bodyguard Jason Peter days when him and what's his name that
Trent.
plays the Trent Williams. Yes, when he put him in place, that's the type of protection I need tomorrow. Any of that shit goes down, I don't care. It's worth a penalty. I mean, protect your players at all times. That's all I'm saying. That's my message to that team. Protect your players at all time. Any of that dirty shit go on, let them know. And CJ, I know his mouth is going to be running
We need him to
200
chill though.
miles. But he definitely needed chill because I need that quarterback of the secondary to stay put and play that whole game.
He needs all his money as well.
Yeah.
Grid on the Gridiron Packers fan here says, can the Commanders win if they stack the box the whole
Hell
game?
no.
The fact that we're just the narrative is that the Eagles can't pass the ball, and this is to me the biggest story of the narrative, right? Is the media acting like AJ Brown has forgotten how to become a receiver. He had 2 drops last week. Those are his first ones all season.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, these guys can't play wide receiver anymore. They've forgotten how to play. That's the funny thing but that's the thing that I like. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown are all looking at each other like, we can't. They say we can't do this. So watch us now. Then again, Dallas Goedert did not play the last time they played the Commanders. I think that's it. We have talked about Dallas Goedert on this podcast the last 3 weeks, just in saying what he means to this offense now as an X factor. We're not talking about the 2 guys on the outside. We're not talking about Saquon breaking off runs. They stacked the box last time the Eagles played, but that was with they killed Kenny at backup quarterback. You know what I mean? It's a different scene when you have Jalen Hurts. Obviously people think that Jalen Hurts can't run right now, and we weren't at practice. We don't see where his mobility is at, but if his mobility is where it needs to be, they can throw the rock.
I'm seeing the comment here. It looks like I see a dead skin fan. Yo, my man. It looks like his name is Sam Surrey. Are you coming to the game tomorrow? Because if you are, but if you are, here's my open invite to you, bro. We have a tailgate. We take all opposing team fans. We show them a great time. I will hold a special spot for you. That's my word.
So if I want to say this.
If you're going to come to the game, bring that same energy you got on here, keyboard warrior. All right?
Facts.
Bring that same energy.
Facts.
I'll take care of you at the game, at the tailgate tomorrow. Yeah, my word.
I'll say this, this is a great rivalry. And we're in the NFC Championship. And I don't know if you guys remember. You remember the body bag game? Y'all remember that?
Yes,
that's one of my favorite games of all time. And what we did to them when we destroyed them and what we have here, and now we're, it's 2025. I mean, football isn't back like it was back in the 80s, right? But we have something here that's gonna be like, hey, we gonna make sure we put a curve stomping ass whooping on y'all on Sunday. So that's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of these Commander fans talking about, I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like y'all been in the basement for like 30 something years, son. Y'all got rid of Snyder, and now all of a sudden y'all acting like y'all part of the Wiz, and y'all can zip your mask, unzip your body, and be out like this. Come on, stop playing, man. Be humble.
We talked about it as we walked out of the stadium the last game against the Commanders. I'm like, yo, you give them their credit. Like they got the W, and I felt like that was good for the building of the run that they went on. I think going into Detroit and beating Detroit the way they beat them. Hey man, credit to them. I think the last 2 games for them, being in Tampa and being inside a dome, I think I mean, we're out in the elements. I don't think it's going to be too cold. It's going to be around 40 degrees. It's going to be a nice little surface. I think it's going to be wild out there, man. Like, I think it's going to be insanely crazy, the energy. I think that, it's. I would just love to see. It's gonna be nuts in the stadium, man. It is. Hey,
it's gonna be nuts. I know. I look young, brother. But I was born in the '80s, baby.
What are you talking about?
Oh, this Commander fans. They trying to wheel us in, man. They trying to wheel us in.
That's all good, bro. It's all good, man.
It's nothing but love. That's all. It's nothing but love. It's definitely all good.
I'm 40 years old.
They try hard.
Another talk of town. Cosme being out is going to hurt them. Hard to block Carter with your best guys putting a backup in front of them. I think this, their backup guard. That's gonna. We talked about last week. Trent Scott is the guy that's gonna have the task of stopping Jalen Carter. That's not happening.
Do I smell pigeon?
We don't even have to get into it. That is the pigeon this week, and I think and everybody knows it. Jalen Carter has been a menace, and I think when you talk about what Jaden Daniels has been doing the last couple of weeks, our X factor is Jalen Carter. Like, can he get that interior pressure that we want? I think our X factor, or we need Nolan Smith in that 4-3 speed off the edge to contain, to keep him, somewhat. It's tough to throttle him down, but we all know the big runs that he had in the fourth quarter against our defense on fourth down, that 29-yard scamper that he had. We know he has it in him. It's just a matter of, can you contain some of those big rushing plays on those. Anytime you get it, the Commanders in a long third and long, and he breaks out a run to get it, that's demoralizing to a defense.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. That was like my biggest concern with the coverage and passing guys off is when it's like they got I think they get a first down on a 4th and 11 or something like that. That we have to contain that. We have to contain that. Like, I know Vic Fangio has something. He has a master plan to be able to stop this. And it's just, if you're going to be blitzing and you're going to stay committed to the blitzing gaps, you're going to have to stay committed to it. And then also you're probably going to, sometimes you're going to have to QB spy Jaden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he is a quarterback that can pass the ball, but can run also. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I definitely, like, Gail, I think Evan's been giving you crap about, the respect that you have for Jaden Daniels. And obviously so. Like, for a rookie, bro, this is really impressive. You got to give it to him.
At this point in time, why, like, this is just football, dude. Like,
yeah,
he's playing out of his mind for any quarterback. We're just talking about any quarterback in the playoffs this season. He's this playoff run. He's had a phenomenal. I mean, we're talking about 2 games. How many times have the Commanders punted? I mean, that's just facts. It's just, but again, you got to do that against the Eagles.
Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of it, though. I mean, 3 of those games or 2 of those games, bro. He's gotten extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. Like that. What was it? The Hail Mary game against the Bears. Like, bro, they shouldn't have lost that game. You know what I mean? Like, he's had some luck. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. We'll see. Because next year, I think people have enough tape on him to make that ass sit down, just like they did to CJ Stroud.
So I'm finally get to some of the comments that you guys are talking about. Things I like watching faux news. Y'all giving an alternate universe over it. What has been the reality of us talking about the Eagles being an NFC Championship game? We've been talking about this all year long. If you're new here, welcome. But we've been talking about this all year long. This hasn't been like a epiphany to anyone. I mean, maybe you guys. We've been talking about this right after the draft.
Hey, man. I mean, I feel I feel their pain. I feel their pain. So they're excited. They don't have anything else to pretty much root for. These guys are playing a hell of a year. Jaden Daniels is doing his thing. So when they come out of the woodworks, the shells and the blankets and all that stuff that they've been tucked under throughout their whole young years or throughout their whole life, and you finally got something going on. Their cherry was popped, so they're
Well, I mean,
excited.
but we've been at your stadium. We've been traveling year after year. We're there, but it's not like
Every year.
every year
Every year.
we
Every
see what
year.
we see what the
I'm
stadium
that guy
looks like.
who walks around your stadium with the mask on, with the prime mask on. I know you've seen me. I know you've seen me. I know you've heard my mouth because I don't stay shut in there. You know what I mean? So I know you've seen me.
Shout out to Francis.
This is a. Oh my bad.
I know. Shout out to Francis. Says best tailgate in Philly, hands down. We appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead, Tim.
What I love about this? Like I said, it's like they come out of nowhere. Like when you see the Commander fan, like it's the team that they didn't even know how to name themselves right. You know what I'm saying? First,
they still
like, like, come on, son. Like, yo, come on. Like, can we stop the madness here? Be humble. Let the team play. Damn. Good Lord.
That was funny.
We've been in the NFC Championship. How out of what 5 years? What 7 years? 3 times. We've been here before. Jalen Hurts has been here before. Like, come on, man, stop playing with us. Stop, please stop the disrespect. We've been here before. We've been in the Super Bowl.
Shout out to Von Jingo. He says it's all love. Trust me. We appreciate. Like, you don't understand like how many people have family members that are Commander fans who will send their family members to our tailgate because they know that we take care of opposing fans. It's a game at the end of the day. We respect all fans. A lot of shit talking goes on, but we respect all fans. It's
especially that guy.
We respect all fans because trust me, we've been all over. We've been from Brazil to LA to Cincinnati to New Orleans. And when we come into a different city, we get the same reaction from opposing fans. Y'all Eagle fans are different. Like New Orleans airport, they couldn't get rid of us faster. Then they're like, God, I can't wait till y'all leave because y'all are different. And again, you're gonna see that vibe on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing I like about the Eagles right now, and if you watch a lot of their interviews right now, Zach Bond, they were talking to him about like their preparation for the defense and how the vibes are like. They're like, we're approaching this like it was just another game. And there's a fine line between, feeling yourself going into this title game or taking this opponent lightly, or they staying even keeled. And I think that's the biggest thing. We call Prime the vibes coordinator over there. Our vibes coordinator, which is Sirianni, he's done a good job keeping these guys humble, together. I think they've been pretty connected throughout this run. They've had some tough goes with some of these injuries, but I really feel like, man, the build up to this game right now, this team's like, they got to be like, this is like they know what's at stake, man. They know what's at stake. I mean, there's a lot of things on the line. A lot of people think about these teams. This is the last time that this team is going to be together, and it's going to look just like it is right now. Next year, it will be completely different players. Obviously, we got some young budding stars, but some of our veterans will not be here. This is the last ride for all of them. So I feel like it's, I think they're super connected right now.
Yeah, it's going to be, man. I'm telling you, I really can't wait till tomorrow. I told you this yesterday. It's Sunday yet. Like, the anticipation is just building, bro. Yeah, I mean, I know there's mentions in here like, yeah, we got This we got Eagles fans in our family. We got Cowboys fans in our family. Look, I only know enough for one hand of Commander fans. That's how irrelevant this team is. You know what I mean? To me, I only know 5 people out of my whole life that were true to their team. Three of them were to the Redskins. The other 2, you guys are just coming into your fandism. You know what I mean? So, you had your Redskins, whatever you call them, Redskins, Foreskins, Deadskins, Commanders fans. So like I definitely could relate, but again, going back, the fact that you guys are enjoying yourselves coming out of the woodworks and having something to root for. Gail had touched upon it. Like we're all about we're all about having fun. It's never never no disrespect. It's always love. But I'm one to go ahead and give props where props is due. You guys are doing your thing, and you guys might have something good there, but you got to come through Philly, man. You gotta beat us tomorrow, and that's just the thing. And it's not happening, bro. It's not. So you know what I mean? Hey, it's building up. It's building up, but you're a long way from where we're at. So,
but this is what you want. This is what you want. This is what you want. You want the best of the best to go at each other. Like the old times, like Roman days and the gladiator. You know what I mean? Goliath and Goliath. Gael and Goliath. You know what I mean? This is what you want. And like I said, respect to the Commanders, bro. But come on, son. Like we ain't gonna act like we can't act like y'all just got here.
Well, I'm just but like regardless of whatever is being said, I like all of that, man.
No, I definitely
do. I do.
No, but I'm saying no. I'm just saying if I was the coach in that locker room, I'm using this all to like. This is what's being said about y'all. Like you don't need to like you just put a monster season. The Eagles have been dominating pretty much all season, and you're still getting disrespected. And that's cool, and I like that. I need more of that. I like that because at the end of the day, it all has to be said on the field. Shout out to Mark Coles. He says we are the best team on any effing field. Look at Mark Coles' Avi there. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. They showed up to our tailgate last week. Took a photo. I didn't even know they were there, but they took a photo of our tailgate, and that was to me. Again, last week, a lot of Eagle fans were just saying in general. Last week was like a movie.
A movie.
The snow. We rarely get snow at a tailgate, and we're at a tailgate and it's snowing. It's like really, and then you go into the game, and then it turned into like a snow fest, and Saquon running that ball in the fourth quarter. Like I didn't like right before 2 minutes before that game, I sat there and I was like, yeah, bro, I had to say a prayer to my dad. I said, Dad, I was like, bro, we need a Saquon run now. And like, I don't share that with like, because I'm like, I don't want to sound like a crazy person, but I am a crazy person when it comes to the Eagles. And my dad was also a crazy person. So I'm going to pray to the football gods and my dad. And guess what? Saquon ripped off a run. And I was like, God, thanks, Dad. I'll talk to you later. Bro, that was crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Darren asks, what are the chances of BG making it back if we win tomorrow? Dude deserves another ring if this is his last rodeo. I know he said he wanted to come back.
Put a cast on it?
We got 19 days after this. But again.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I like it.
Tim says, Sarah and I feel like little kids waiting for the tailgate. 6 a.m. tomorrow cannot come soon enough.
Hey, shout out to Tim. Tim sent me the link for the chain that lights up. So shout out to Tim. I got it from my daughter. My daughter wanted it so bad. So shout out to Tim, man.
That's what's up.
Tim's a real one, yo. Tim's a real one.
Matthew says, saying Quinyon playing fully 100%. No, I don't think he's at 100%. I think he's definitely he's definitely probably around, if I'm guesstimating, I think he's probably around 80. 75%.
Probably.
But yeah. Shout out to John. He says, dude, my first tailgate, and it was def a blast. There you go,
Hey,
man.
you said it. You said in the beginning of the show or pre-show. Let's have fun with this, right? So let's have fun with this. If you don't mind, get on. Can you get on the next comment below that one?
Which one?
Van Von Jingo. Actually, he had an earlier comment. I'll read it. You don't got to go find it. It says, because you don't know shows you're a youngster. Know your history, bro. Y'all were trash in the 80s and 2000s. It was us, the Giants, the Cowgirls, and you didn't come truly relevant until Andy Reid. So, with that being said, we're in 2025.
Thank you.
We clearly said, if you paid attention, we went through our triumph. True fans go through their triumph. True fans talk shit through that triumph and can still be mad. You suckers don't come out for nothing. You were never to be found. There was nothing ever to be said. I remember those days. I'm gonna go back to me being a true Hurricanes fan. I was a Clinton Portis fan. I was a Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor to this day still sits in my heart. That was my guy in college. I love that dude. Had he played for y'all, it was very upsetting, but that was one guy I always respected. All right. We had Moss. All right, Moss. And then you guys went through your circus of quarterbacks. Okay. So I know what y'all did, but you weren't doing nothing with those teams. You didn't win anything with those teams besides all I can recall is one playoff game against us. Now, you go back to the earlier ages, my neighbor is one of the 5 people that I remember growing up as a kid. He was true to his Redskins at the time. So Mark Rippon days, those are the days we were getting killed by you guys. The body bag games, we killed you guys that game. So, I mean, come on, bro. We could talk history. We could go down that road. We know our shit, all right? So, relax. And you're also another one. If you're coming to the game tomorrow, me and we could talk history, the whole tailgate. Come on through, and I'll give you a cheesesteak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
We'll have a good hot meal talking about all this shit. No, who you talking to before you come making these comments.
You come to a tailgate, and we'll actually feed you. And like my boy Mike Washington, he sent his dad, and it was almost like he was checking on his dad, like he was like, hey man, like it was like a daddy daycare. So we had to check it on. He's like, can you send me a photo of my dad just to make sure he's okay? I was like, bro, we taking care of your dad. Your dad's having a good time.
That's awesome.
It's all fun, man. It's all fun and games. Heather says, I too have a crazy Eagles dad up there, but my Uncle Paulie up there is even crazier. Yeah, I mean, talk about it.
Uncle Paulie.
Hey. Yeah, man. Talk about crazy. We like to on this podcast. We like to talk things into existence. We're gonna start with the underdog performance. Who on the Eagles is going to have an underdog performance for the Eagles to win this game?
If you guys cool, I'll go first. I think on the offensive side, with all the attention our stars are going to be drawn tomorrow. I see Calcaterra having a couple good plays that is going to be key to.
I like that choice. I like that choice.
I see Calcaterra is going to be I think he's going to be key to this win tomorrow.
Calcaterra, okay.
Calcaterra. I'm going with revenge. I'm going with vengeance. My guy, J-Dot on the offensive side of the ball. He's going to be the underdog performer. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give him the ball because y'all did him wrong. Y'all got him out of Washington. Not Washington. Sorry. Your stadium is in Maryland, so y'all got him out of Maryland. And by the way, we all grew up at the vet. We did not the link. We grew up at the vet. All 3 of us. You know what I'm saying? I had to put that out there. Cherry on top. But yeah, J-Dot on offense. We're gonna go defense underdog too.
Hey, bro, an underdog.
Okay. All right.
This is someone who's J-Dot. I'm going with I think Nolan Smith. I think he's gonna have. I think he needs to have one of those performances because I mean, at the end of the day, we've seen him track down a lot of these QBs trying to get away. I mean, Jaden Daniels on another level in terms of escapability, big playability. So I think let's see in the comments who's got a let's see.
Shout out to Brianna.
Brianna with the blanket chip.
I agree.
He's had these interceptions that have killed games. Shout out to cousin Kiki. She says Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott has been he's had a tough go, but I think I do respect those kicks he made in the snow last week. Even though he missed some extra points, those kicks in the snow were tough. Tim says his underdog is Devontae Smith, over 75 yards. I like that. Shout out to Big Perk. He says Dotson.
My guy. Shout out to Tim. Tim's thinking like.
We got Darren. He says Jawn coming through with some big third down conversions on the way to the dub. Okay. Big Perk also says Ojomo. Ojomo. More Ojomo, I think. Yeah, what else do we have here? Darren says Reed going to come up big. John also says Huff.
He can't even get on the field.
That would be
John, that would be amazing. I would take it. I would take it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry to say you haven't done nothing all season, and then you come into the big game and Sean, hey, that's a Cinderella story everybody's always looking forward to get. You know what I'm saying? So
but
if it happens, it happens.
But this goes to show, man, Vic Fangio, he don't care how much money you make. If you're talented, you good, you can complete your assignment, you're on the field. If you can't, sit your ass on the bench. I love Vic.
now we just got done talking about underdogs, man. But shout out and much love to Underdog Fantasy, man. Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code Jawn to get up to $1,000 of bonus cash and a free pick, man. Make sure you go ahead and download the app, man. Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes during the playoffs. Which players are going off? Which ones are ice cold? With over 5 million happy players and 2 billion won. Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes. With the pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats, yards, touchdowns, interceptions, and more. Obviously, going in this game, we're gonna give you some entries that you can go with. We all know Saquon Barkley. You could do an entry on anytime touchdown, over 150 yards, maybe. I say guaranteed over 125.
Tim for you, J. Dot touchdown.
Yay! That's what I'm talking about.
I think Devontae Smith, anytime touchdown.
Okay, all right. I'm going to have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Calcaterra over 25 yards for entry.
Easy one. Gainwell over 20 yards, 25 yards. He always gets.
He does.
He always gets.
I'm trying to. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I mean, this is one that you could just like. You can. No one thinks of that one, but that's
he does. Hey, look, I'll be one to tell you that it can happen. You know what I mean? Fantasy football when Saquon went out. For what you would call, I threw Gainwell in there, and Gainwell got me my fantasy points. I'm good, so you can rely on that, man. So I like that. I'll take that plus 20. I like it.
Let's see. Any other ones?
I'm gonna go JC. 2 sacks.
Yeah, I mean 2 sacks with JC is.
I say I give Sweat a sack.
Sack, okay. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I like what y'all doing. Underdog is the best place to play pick'em. Download the app, sign up with promo code Jawn, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code Jawn. Must be 18 years or older, 19 years or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 years or older in Colorado for some games, 21 years or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado for some games. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467 369. And again, if you're in Arizona, you want to come hang out with Tim, go to his bar wherever he's going to. What bar are you going to?
Deli Bar.
Deli Bar. Or if you want a
Deli
pair
Bar.
of sneakers, size 12 and a half.
Hey, Gail, you
Yeah.
mind repeating that Hope hotline number one more time?
Hope
Hope hotline.
in
There
New
a
York.
Hope hotline you said?
Call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY.
Oh, there you go.
So I just wanted to make sure that those Deadskins fans that are in the comments, you know, what I mean, there's your Hope line right there. All right, give it a call. It's open 24/7. Okay, you're gonna need all the hope you need.
Oh man, John says he's offering his Dallas anytime touchdown. Brianna,
Okay.
AJ touchdown, a Coop interception. I'm not mad at that. But talking about people that are helping us out with the tailgate, coming up very soon. I got to start packing the truck. If we could just film what we do pregame, you'd see from what it is to like what it can become. You'd have some laughs. But shout out to our new sponsor, 1675, a local distillery who's providing some tasty spirits. They're talking about the spirits. They're bringing spirits with their tasty teas, some of their whiskeys. They're going to set the tailgate off this week. Now, if you need to check them out, they're local, man. They're all around the area, in the PA area. But shout out to those guys. It's been a nice little ride. They showed up last couple tailgates, and it's been great. Now, those cheesesteaks are provided by Cifelli's Pizza, giving Evan Hollywood Hearn the wings beneath his cheesesteak making arms. Shout out to Red Bull, who's also giving the tailgate wings. We'll have the little Red Bull container filled on ice, ready to go. Shout out to Bud Light for holding down the tailgate all these years. We appreciate you guys as always. And a honorary shout out to our honorary tailgate captain this week is Conchhawk and Italian Bakery. They've always been a pleasure to work with, great people. And then again, shout out to Wheelhouse Cards, man. They're bringing some merch. Shout out to Noggin Boss, who's going to be shelling those big hats. I know Prime has one of those big hats. We're trying to get Gilly to come down the tailgate, see if that happens. We're always trying to work something out.
King of Philly.
We're always trying to work something out.
Shout out to Jesse Wines.
Shout out to Jesse _Wines for the graphics. Shout out to Crafty Jawn. Crafty Jawn, always great in the chunky chain business. We all got one.
You got one of your chains around that time?
Right on the back wall, bro.
There it is, right there.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Lowski.
Lowski texted me and says he's going to be there crack of dawn. Oh, know that's going.
Shout out to
Lowski.
Also,
Lowski, a wild bull, man. He's a wild bull.
we also forgot about shout out to Alex, man. Alex is going to be in attendance.
The
juggernaut. Smoking and Sun, always a good time with Alex. He's got his nice little graphic here. Smoking and Sun. We got brisket tacos on deck.
Fire.
Shout out to Helena, who's bringing mac and cheese, pulled pork, and cornbread.
And
Coquito?
Not the Coquito, even better.
What's that?
She bringing the empanadas tomorrow.
Oh, empanadas.
Oh man.
And this is all. And all this stuff is free at the 4th and Jawn tailgate.
Yes.
So just bring the vibes, bring whatever you like to drink or like to share. It's always a good time. People always ask us how does it work? Just show up and have a good time.
When shit's good when you tell her, I tell her, yo, I need some empanadas. I'm gonna save it from the championship game. Mind you, Washington and Detroit still hadn't played. And we were just getting ready to do our matchup against the Rams. And I said, yo, book it. I'll see those damn things at the championship game. Well, they got, Detroit got to lose. Book it. They going to beat Detroit, and that shit's running through Philly. Here we are. Bring those empanadas. Yeah, let's go.
I gotta go. I gotta go back home, bro.
Let's go.
Tim says, I got to bounce, guys, but I'll be following along tomorrow's pregame. Let's effing go. 34-23, go Birds.
Bro.
Oh, Mark says he'll be bringing shots. Shout out to Tim Armstrong. He's also bringing 200 Jello shots.
Mm-hmm.
It's talk about a community out here.
I'm trying my hardest to stay away from some liquor this weekend.
Shout out to Salvatore. He says Jalen Hurts needs to play lights out, get the receivers involved early in the game as well. We all know what the run game is about. Hurts needs to play great for us to win. I think I really do think Hurts has got to have a really solid game next week. I mean, and then the other thing with that being said, turning over the football, look at all the teams that had turnovers in this playoff run. All those teams that had turnovers, him protecting the football is imperative. Cannot have turnovers. Last time we played the Commanders, we got Jaden Daniels to throw 2 interceptions. So that would be nice. We'll speak that into existence. Perk says, look forward to Kellen Moore calling the best game of his life now that he's out on the Cowgirls gig.
I wonder if he said no. I wonder if he was like, yeah, I don't want to. Because I heard he said that he didn't want to be. He denied the job.
Well, hey, either case, whether if he denied it, whether if he, it just didn't go his way. I just like they said, like he just mentioned. I hope he goes and gives his all. You know what I mean? Because he still wants to prove he's the guy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, prove it all. Then prove it all again. 2 weeks after that.
Facts. Because let's be honest, there's still one coaching job available, and I think that's the Saints. And he's been interviewed like twice every year for a head coaching position, but he needs to show and prove that he is an offensive juggernaut or have a brilliant mind when it comes to the offense.
Darren Payne says, let's just hope Kellen gets in his bag. I think I'd like to see more dressing on this offense.
Yes.
Like more pre-snap movement. We talk about it all the time, man. It's like even just the little stuff, anything that can dress up the basic stuff that we do. Obviously, I do think Saquon, at the end of the day, when you start thinking about this offense, you ask yourself, in which game has he not exploded for a ridiculous run? You're waiting for it, right? So they have to stay consistent and realize that he's going to pop off one of these runs. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just hoping that happens early in this game. Jerome says, shout out Fox 29 yesterday. Shout out to Fox 29 for having us on, man. Appreciate you. We got mental fortitude. Obviously, Commanders fan.
38 points on this defense, the number one defense. Yeah, see, this is exactly what we talk about. Stay off the weed.
My thing is the Eagles they've been playing like the number one defense all year long, right? So you can do that against other teams like the Bucks and the Lions, but you have to do that against the number one defense this week in the playoffs, not the regular season,
right? The
playoffs. Shout out to Dwayne with the randomness. He says, I don't like the handoffs from shotgun. Okay, well, either do I.
Big bro, they're gonna keep on doing it because that's what they like to do.
Nothing fortitude changes 36-33. Oh, I made it a little closer. Okay, there you go.
He took 2 points off.
Get it in his head a little bit more.
He took 2 points off.
He changed it for 38-24.
9 more points to our score. Like, come on.
Oh my God! You can make this shit up. You can't.
Now I see why he calls himself mental fortitude.
my God, bro.
That was good. That was good.
He said, okay. I'm gonna take 2 points off. Like,
he might have called that a hope line.
You might be right. Let me take off 3 points. And then he took off 2 points for the Commanders. But Antonio says, run Saquon early. Don't wait until the third quarter.
Yeah.
Fast start, man. Fast start. Yo, that he said it. He's gonna be building off of that energy with the fans tomorrow, bro. Fast start. Let's go.
I will say this though. If you realize every playoff game, in the regular season, we were starting off slow. Now in the playoffs, we're scoring in the first quarter. And I think that momentum in scoring in the first quarter has been carrying us, and that momentum going that way. Now, that's the reason why we're winning games, because we're not putting so much weight on the defense. And the defense is just like going out there playing freely, and they're taking care of business. Except the last game. But that was actually the defense fault. That wasn't an offense. That was on the defense fault. That pre defense shit they was doing. I don't know what they was thinking.
They gotta stay hungry, but yeah, right. Antonio talked about that run Saquon early. My thing is what Saquon has done in the second half of every game this year. It becomes a Saquon show, because when we're talking about when they get the lead and then they could just grind it out with Saquon, it really just how many yards has he had in the fourth quarter alone? We all know what he's capable of in general, but in the fourth quarter alone, like we call him, last show I said always be closing, and when you close with Saquon and you close with Jalen Carter being a menace to quarterbacks in the fourth quarter when the game is on the line, that's really your recipe for success. But 843 Drum Legend says Kellen Moore needs to use the fullback that we brought in from the Titans to have an extra blocker for Saquon. See, 843 is you think that's next level thinking. Wicked One says definitely mental by saying Commanders winning it all. Heather G says, what song will they blast in the locker room to get hype? I mean, Blow the Whistle has been pretty. Yeah, that has been the anthem this season.
Yeah, Blow the Whistle. Yeah, keep it going. I do realize they've been bumping at the end of the games. They've been bumping that man. They've been bumping that bad man Michael Jackson. So keep doing what y'all doing, man. They keep on bumping, which is kind of crazy. Is PYT.
PYT. Okay. Nick says, "Morning, guys." He's waking up. He's waking. So I mean, look, this is kind of a wake up show. We just wanted to wake up and talk some Eagles before we get our day started. I know it's 10:50 here on the East Coast. Trying to give you those early morning vibes, man. Tim says defense needs to be ready for the Commanders. No huddle, fast paced plan. They have been running that heavily the past few weeks. And again, you saw the Eagles look a little bit cooked in the fourth quarter. Obviously, everyone knows what to expect. And I still think about that play when we're at the Commanders game, and Cooper DeJean was like, something was wrong, and we were like screaming, "Call timeout! Please call timeout! He's not right. Get him off the call a timeout!" And then Jaden Daniels had that run, and he, instead of tackling him, he was just like out of it and let him go. We got a comment from Salvatore. He says, "I honestly think that Vic Fangio will disguise this defense in ways that Jaden hasn't seen yet. If Hurts plays the way we know he can play, then this game is going to be a blowout. I think the final score is 31-23 Eagles, but it won't be as close as the score says. It will be garbage points." Salvatore saying with his chest this morning. I appreciate you for chiming in, man. Early right now. We got shout out to Mel. Mel says, "What's up, gents? I'm hearing correctly. Washington's defensive line is banged up. I can see Dickerson and Becton going wild as underdogs. Any updates on Cam Jurgens? Right now, he's questionable. I think he does play. He was limited as of let me see here. I'm just checking the notes here. Make sure I'm giving you the right Thursday's notes. Thursday's notes here on who practiced. Cam Jurgens was limited. Cam didn't practice on Wednesday. He didn't practice on Thursday. Friday, he was in limited capacity. His status right now is questionable. Britton Covey, limited all week. He is out. So he got designated to out early. Jalen Hurts was limited on Wednesday. He was full on Thursday, full on Friday. Dallas Goedert dealing with a new ankle injury. He did not practice on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday. Friday, full practice. Okay. Any other Quinyon Mitchell, he was limited on Wednesday. He was full on Thursday and full on Friday. So other than that, I mean, all systems go, man. All systems go in that respect. Let's see. You guys ready for some Anita Baker?
Oh yeah, caught up in a rapture, most definitely.
Okay. How about Perk says squabble up in the locker room? Kendrick Lamar has been also heavily played.
Where? In the just
anywhere,
like everywhere.
Yeah. Every DJ at Tailgate.
Yeah, in the stadium, you know what I mean? They've been throwing the squabble up. Mustard! Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his album is fire. So yeah. What's crazy? That album came out when we were all in LA.
They just preparing for their halftime show in 2 weeks. That's all. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah. They bumping it out. They bumping it out.
Nick says Bobby Brown, my prerogative. But what song you bumping? What song you playing as a vibes coordinator for this team?
Well, to be honest with you, man, it's always that Eminem song always gets me hyped up, man.
Lose Yourself?
Lose Yourself, always. I listen to it before every baseball game, always, bro.
Yeah, mine's is on. I listen to State Property. It's on with Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, PD Crack. Yeah, that's mine. I love that. That's just my joint right there.
You gonna rob me a person tomorrow?
Oh, Freeway. Okay, all right. So
Freeway. Yeah, I mean that always gets me. But I think the Dog Mentality, DMX right now, his soundtrack, you know.
Oh yeah, DMX has been killing, especially with that Let's Hunt. That DMX has been killing
right
bro.
Right now, DMX has been it's hitting. I mean, think about when that came out, and then now you're introducing it to the younger generation. But it's like DMX,
best DMX song is Where My Dog's At. That's the best. Oh my goodness,
that's what I'm saying.
The bell in the beginning. Oh my god, that's Philly all day right there.
Yeah. Todd says hit him up. Okay.
Tupac hit him up.
Cut Me Open Bleed Green says he's playing Knuck If You Buck, Crime Up.
Hey, Knuck If Buck. Yeah, that's a fire joint. That's a fire.
Todd also says this is beef. Make sure you add the artist too. We're right here, dog. For the young bucks who need some. Perk says it's on. NBN. Mr. Acronym over here. Yeah. Shout out to King Kunta in the building. What's happening, squad? Hopefully you're bringing some music, Soul Child. This guy does a mean music, Soul Child. If you ever seen him do it in person, he knows. Legendary. Wick One says RIP to DJ Unk. He had the jams in my high school days. Antonio Holmes says DMX is in concert was crazy. If you ever seen him in person.
Facts.
I seen him at Summer Jam.
Yeah. I seen him in '98. My good Rock the Mic tour. And the opening act was ill with Redman and Method Man. It was crazy.
Joey says, "Let's go, Trick Daddy." We got a Dark Low featuring ARAB. Still, that's a dope one. Salvatore goes Rough Riders anthem. Rough Riders. Oh, now Bulls on Parade is it's pretty, that'll get you going. Harold says win. J Rock, go Birds.
I can go
Or
with that.
if you go Lust by Go Birds, who performed at our last tailgate. I think Lust will be performing again. I don't know who's showing up. It's going to be a crazy tailgate. But before we get at
did you guys see this?
what?
So my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt. So Don Clem, he said Eagles Lincoln Financial Field will be filled with Commander fans for Sunday's NFC Championship game. Over 20% of the purchases from Sunday's game have come from Virginia and Maryland. That doesn't necessarily mean that there in Virginia and Maryland, there's a lot of Eagle fans there too.
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah. But regardless, it is expected. You know what I mean, for them to go ahead and show up tomorrow. So it's all good. But they're not taking over the stadium.
No,
they're not taking over the stadium.
No.
I mean, that's still 20%.
Yeah.
I mean,
versus 80. Let's do the balance here. Let's do the balance here.
There's a bus group coming with 300.
20% of that. 10 out of that 20 might not even.
There's a bus group coming with 300. We're like, oh, we came when we came to the Commander Stadium with 1,000 for a regular season game, dog, with buses.
Take over
on a regular season game. This is the playoffs. Everyone, watch out.
Call BS.
Watch out. But
hey, as long as they're not like the Ram fans. I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, I think it was Matt Stafford's wife. She bought a majority of the tickets and gave them out for free.
Had to.
Oh man!
Shout out to Todd. He says he's driving 9.5 hours tonight.
I knew Todd was going to be there. Todd is not missing the NFC.
First of all, Todd, shout out to you and the fam. I know you guys ran out of gas on your last trip. Hopefully, Todd. See how crazy Todd is. They change cars depending on outcome. So hopefully you change. I think you got to take the same car that you came up with.
Yeah, you got to take the same car.
Make sure you have gas is one thing.
Yeah.
Come on, Todd. You're a pro at this by now.
Damn,
don't run out of gas.
You just aired them out. You just aired them out.
This is stuff we talk about. This is stuff we talk about. Shout out to the sister. Shout out to sis.
Yeah.
Make sure we have gas. Saying. Sal says, I feel like this is going to be an AJ Brown game. There's a lot of disrespect. The whole inner excellence thing's been a thing.
I didn't run out of gas. My sister did.
That's why she put it like, Todd, why'd you tell them? Todd told Gail in confidence, and Gail.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, that's his sis right there. Shout out to sis. Yo.
My bad. I saw the pictures, everything. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We be communicating with people. You know, we just want to make sure you're all good, man.
He gonna get on your head when he see you.
You're like, yo, sis, make sure you get a Tesla for this trip, okay?
There goes Todd. Yeah,
there goes Todd.
I ain't sharing shit with us no more.
Max, when he said that, I said, damn, he's gonna air him out like that. That's nice.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was funny.
Hey, but first of all, we need to see you at the tailgate, y'all. We need to see you at the tailgate, y'all.
Oh man, that was funny. I'm crying.
I'm just saying. Joey says, I work with UPS. We'll be delivering Amazon tomorrow. I may or may not be watching on my mobile device.
Oh man, Joey, I hope you are fine. I hope you're able to find.
We need you there, brother. All hands on deck approach by the fans. Let's go, bro. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. Yeah. I'm over here thinking what jersey I should wear tomorrow. Like, should I go back with the Saquon with the Kobe's?
The whatchamacallit? I'm ready for tomorrow. Everything's already lined up over here. Just gotta
you already ready?
Ready. I was up till 1:00 in the morning getting all my shit. I was ready. Tell me, can't get no sleep. I'm ready.
People usually like, hey, what's the fit like this for? I'm like, bro, it's been the same thing last couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been the Let's Hunt black hoodie, black jeans, and black Air Forces. That's what I've been rocking.
So you standing on business.
I've been rocking. I've been wearing stuff. I've been wearing black Air Forces like a menace.
I got a mask. I got a mask done for tomorrow's game. I'm on my way to go pick it up. So let's go.
You know, with a little Kelly Green just to bundle up, but the games have been super cold. I think with the fact that it'll be in the 40s, we've had Eagle fans show up in shorts in the 40s. So I think tomorrow should be insane. For anyone that's trying to get down to this stadium, do not be late. Do not be late. This is not the game to show up. The game starts at 3. Do not show up at 2. Do not show up at 1:30.
Nope.
Traffic's going to be insane. If you ask us when we're getting down there, you don't have to get down there when we get down there. But we will be in the lots at around 5:30. Okay? The tailgate before the tailgate has become a thing. So shout out to all the tailgate warriors down there holding down the spots. We'll be in line early and getting the vibes going. So make sure you guys get down early. I don't want to hear about people running out of gas. I don't want to hear about people being late. You can get your mind right. This is the playoffs. This is it before the Super Bowl. Get here early. The vibes are going to be on 200. Nick says, get down there when Starbucks opens. Get there. Hey, not even Starbucks. Even Dunkin' Donuts has been set up at 5 o'clock in the morning, waiting for Eagle fans. And Dunkin' Donuts has been giving out. This ain't no paid ad or anything, but Dunkin' Donuts has been giving out free coffee and donuts to Eagle fans that are in line at 5:30 in the morning. How about that? How cool is that? So get your mind right. Get your mind right. Tim says, do not try and jump in line 10 minutes before the gates open. Prime, tell him.
Yeah, that's a no, man. Ain't happening. Not on my watch.
Yo, a dude rolled up with a handicap sticker on his car, right?
Yeah.
Handicap thing. He had like 4 other dudes with handicap stuff on their vehicle. He said, bro, you ain't the only handicap person. Get in the back of the line. That's how diehard Eagle fans are. They're like,
bro,
everyone's showing up.
Bro, I remember when we went to the Dallas Cowboys versus Eagles, and we went. Remember, somebody pulled out the hammer. I said, "Oh, okay, all right." So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be trying to cut people in line.
No,
wait your turn.
Kai says, I live in Oklahoma and have a flock of Eagles down here. We are planning on a road trip for both a home and a away game next season. Have you all started to think about what games you'll be traveling to next season?
Yeah,
obviously LA is something I have in mind. I have the Packers game is something I have in mind. And then what else? I'll be at all of them. We're going to all of them. But before we get out of here, remember we got to do a say it with your chest, man. Say it with your chest. We'll start with you, Tim. Say it with your chest.
Oh, my say it with my chest is go Birds. Fuck you talking about? Okay. Listen, this is the NFC Championship. You gotta lay it all out. You gotta lay it all out, guys. This is it. This is what we boast about, especially us fans, because we can't play. You know what I mean? This is what we boast about. So keep up the good fight. Eagles 34-18. Go Birds.
Is that you say with your chest and last word?
I say it in my chest. Oh, my bad. We're doing it. I thought.
No. Just keep it. Just keep it. Say it with your chest.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine's I'm gonna be as smooth as possible with this, but I'll use that. Commander fans that tuned in and ones that are gonna be appearing at the tailgate tomorrow. Bring that energy, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna have all my energy. So either you're ready for it or you're not. But nothing's gonna change. I'm gonna let you have it. You're gonna have a good time, but it's gonna be tense tomorrow. So just make sure you be prepared for that.
Score prediction of
Tomorrow's score prediction.
mm-hmm.
My score prediction tomorrow was 24-13.
Tim, what was yours?
Mine was 28-18.
28-18. Okay. Say it with your chest. Eagle fans show up and show out, man. You talk about that extra juice that we need to bring as fans. Be loud in the stadium. Be there early. Get the vibes going right. It takes all of us. It's going to take the whole city to get over the hump. It's going to be an insane amount of diehard fans in the same spot at the same time. In an NFC title game, I can tell you it will be loud. But you guys got to show up and show out at the end of the day. Last word, Tim.
I did my last word.
You couldn't get a better last word than that. Last
right,
word to the team. Last word. Give me some energy. Last word, Tim. Last word.
Since I got Coach Gill yelling at me about more energy, I thought I gave it all.
It's pretty. I need more.
Oh, you need more. All right. So I'm coming out of the tunnel like Brian Dawkins, on all fours, foaming out the mouth, ready to run through a brick wall. That's exactly what I need, Birds. That's exactly what I need. This is it, man. It's win or go home, and I don't want to go home. I don't want to stay home. I want to go to New Orleans and represent and get me number 2. I want number 2. I want another ring.
Pack your bags.
I want number 2. Fellas, let's go, man. Vic Fangio, if you're listening, get him. Go get him. Go get him. Throw. I want to see a disguise that Jaden Daniels never seen before. You know what I mean? We need this game. Let's go. Put everything out there, man. All hands on deck type approach, guys. Let's go. Go Birds. Stop playing with them, man. Go, man.
Last word, Primo.
Final word. All right. That's what the defense is going to let y'all know tomorrow. Okay. All this anticipation, all this hype that y'all got going on, knowing you're going to come into our house with the adrenaline running throughout all those fans tomorrow. No chance in hell. I'm telling you, a whole different scenario than what you guys had back in Washington a few weeks back. It's a different outcome. All right. Massacre is coming to you, and we're going to lay it down tomorrow in that stadium. You know what I mean? My boy even said it himself. He ready to go. You know what I mean? Let's go. Go Birds.
He using props. He using props in his last word.
The Eagles, man, you guys got to stay connected. This is what y'all been working for. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been with y'all from Brazil to now. Eagle fans been traveling the world to see and show up for you guys. I think at the end of the day, you guys know what you're capable of. We all know what the pundits, the national media have to say about what y'all done this season. You know, obviously the disrespect will always come to the Eagles in some slight fashion. But at the end of the day, you know what's inside that locker room. It's time to just show up and get what we've been waiting for, a trip to a Super Bowl. As always, it's fly, Eagles fly. And we will see y'all in the next one.
Let's go.
Go Birds.